Hi there, this is Desi here. I'm just going to be doing a quick video to show you how I do Kim Brennan's roses. Now, Kim Brennan is an absolutely amazing artist, and her roses are one of the things that she does absolutely excellently, but I wanted to share with you how I've broken it down so that it's easy for me to do. First things first, you find where you're going to start, and you start with a question mark shape. So you've got that question mark shape in place. You're going to take and you're going to do a ribbony line and connect down to the question mark. So it's kind of scrolly. From there, it's going to be a C shape or maybe even a J shape. The more movement you put into the lines, the more dynamic and beautiful the rose will be. And remember, they're not evenly proportioned, so don't fight with it too hard to see if you can make it perfect. From there you can do another set of the C's, the J's, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, you see how this is crossing over? Just like in a real rose, you're going to get variations. Remember to do the scrolly bits and let them come down. Okay, and then you have to do the hips of the rose. They're going to meet down here towards the bottom. You want to give them soft, curving lines because roses are full of those. Okay? Then we're going to add the surrounding petals. I always do them with the 3. Come out, 1, 2, 3. It's my preference. If you want to do a 2-humped rose, like the heart with the heart petals from the standard Indian floral, that works too. It's all about what you feel looks right. For me, it's this. And you come up all the way around the peak of the rose. Now, depending on how big and full you want the rose to be, when I do it, sometimes I'll add a second layer down around the bottom of the rose. I'm not going to be doing that today since I'm already on my fingers. But you go back into the petals and you add the lines that will help your shading and help give movement to the petals. Round them out, give them curves, make them softer. This is just a modified teardrop. Large squeeze, drag and pull to extend it out. Okay. From there, we're on to the most important part, the thing that makes this rose look its best, and that is the shading. When I shade, I try and make sure I usually try and let the rose dry a little bit more so that the base lines aren't so wet, so I don't have to worry about smudging anything or pulling something that I don't want pulled away. But we're just going to get right to it now. There are a few different ways that you can shade in the petals. You can do it so that it swoops down in towards the middle like I'm doing right here. You can also do it so that it peaks up in the middle like the flower itself does, and then swoops down towards the outside. I prefer the shorter middle section just because, to me, the shading looks a little bit more natural that way. Like the tip of the petal is a little bit brighter, a little bit more pure. Okay, once we've got the petal shaded in, we have to get to the inside of the rose. Shading on the inside of the rose itself is some of the most important shading that you're going to be doing, because that shading is going to make the rose pop out and give it life and vibrancy. So you're going to want to shade in this part. We're shading where the petal is overhanging. The petal is overhanging right here. It's folded out. Shade in this area. And remember, when you're shading, to shade lightly. Because if you shade too heavily, then it's just going to be a dark line and it's going to blur together. Small drawing motions with the cone. I only use a little tiny bit of pressure, but it depends on your paste, on what you're going to need to do. Okay, and we're to the last part, the center right here. You can draw a line straight down to close it off, like that. I usually do that thin line, and then I shade around it, because this part right here is nestled deep within the rose herself, just the center. Now you can go on, and you can add multiple roses, you can do fancy scrolled leaves, whatever you think that would complete this design. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope you enjoy it.